Need one right now?
I wouldn't think so.
And, I mean, a launch pad.
Go live, bitch!
Hold on, I'm making sure I am before I say start them.
Okay, because I'm ready to tell this story. Y'all gonna laugh y'all's ass off. I'll tell you
Give me the
who it
title so I can
involves.
wait on this
If it gives you any idea, I'll tell you who I was involved in the story.
Alright, go ahead, homie.
Like, start the
Yeah.
story. Oh shit! All right, well the story fucking involves me. Oh wait, I can't say names. Not now, I can't. Well, anyway, we'll go off of. No, I can't go off first name basis either. Okay, I'll sound
Yeah, you
something.
can. You can do first name. You
name.
can't do
You can do
last
first
name.
name.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, good. Well, the people at this party that I was with, it was me, Wayne, Alan, Danny, and a guy named Lance. So we all go to this. It was a birthday party for some girl that went to Stokes, like South Stokes High School. And the only reason we went to it was because Wayne was dating this girl by the name of Emily that went to South Stokes, and it was one of Emily's like real best friends or something. So we're told that it's going to be a bonfire party. So we're thinking, normally when somebody has a bonfire, it's out in a field or a little ways in the woods or something. Nothing too big. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, we get out there. Well, first of all, me, Lance, Wayne, and Alan all left from Wayne's house and went to this party, and it was somewhere in King, so I knew it was a good minute away. But I was thinking, King's kind of in the middle of nowhere, so I was just like, we should be good on the bonfire part. Everybody should be be drinking, have a good time, stuff like that.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, I get to this damn party, and it is not in the woods. It is nowhere to the woods. It's in the middle of a fucking cul-de-sac. It's like something you'd see on fucking Ed, Ed and Eddie or some shit. I mean, we're in the middle of people's houses, and there were people parking in other people's yards and shit. And so I was like,
Oh my God, that's a porta fort.
Not gonna be good on our part. So I made an executive decision that I will not be drinking or participating in anything. I'll just be there to hang out. So I was just there hanging out, and a buddy of mine shows up at the party with a duffel bag. This guy's in jail now, but he shows up with a duffel bag full of liquor and all types of alcohol you can think of. So then we're all sitting around the fire, having a good time. And when I say they had a fire, these motherfuckers had a fire. I mean, this shit was crazy. This shit was fucking tall. And they had it underneath a damn carport. And the fucking flames were so close to touching the damn carport, it wasn't even funny. I know, and I was like, whose dumbass thought of this brilliant ass shit? And then all of a sudden, we're all sitting around the fire, and we're at somebody's house, and we was assuming that it was the girl's party's house, the girl who was throwing the party. We was assuming it was her house. This
that's crap.
This dude in a reggae hat shows up from out of nowhere and just starts blasting Bob Marley. Like, just unplugs this dude's phone from the stereo and just starts playing Buffalo Soldier. And everybody's looking around like, who the fuck is this guy? I didn't know who the fuck he was, so I wasn't gonna say nothing to him. I didn't know if he had some shit on him or not. So I was just like, all right, cool.
That was so close.
I just decided to play Bob Marley. So about, I want to say it's about 30 minutes after that guy just showed up.
Ooh, good stuff.
The party is a lot of people, and when I say it's a lot of people, it's a lot of motherfucking people. I mean, I'm not even kidding. It was probably 60 to 70 people just at this house.
Jesus.
All right, I got my scar. I'm good. Oh, I hear somebody come.
Finish your story,
Shit,
man.
shit.
It's supposed to be story time, not extended release.
Oh, okay. All right. So after I showed up at this party, after
Right in
all
front of
these
you?
motherfuckers was at this party, I was sitting here thinking, this many people's gonna cause a ruckus, and it's not good for us to be here much longer. So I figured, hey Lance, let's get the fuck out of here. Lance said, that's a good idea. So, me and Lance get in my truck, and we're gonna leave. And I called Alan and I called Wayne, and I said, hey,
what?
Me and Lance is leaving. Y'all want to come with us? He said, oh crap, I'm about to die. But he said, I need a med kit. Anybody's got one. He said, I told Wayne and Alan, I said, me and Lance is leaving. Y'all want to hop on? They said, nah, man, we're going to stay a little bit, you know, have a good time. I said, all right, cool. I said, y'all got a ride or anything? He said, yeah, we got a ride. Don't worry about it. And I said, all right, cool. So, me and Lance leave this little cul-de-sac area. And at the end of the road, that, you know, where you know how you go in some cul-de-sacs, there'll be a sign saying, you know, such and such acres, wherever the farm is and stuff like that. Well, we leave that area. And when we leave that area, we look to the left of the sign, and there's like 5 black cars just sitting there.
Oh.
Just 5 black cars. And I'm sitting here thinking, that ain't right.
Hey, that's it.
Lance said,
to your right, left,
Lance,
right now.
Lance looked at me and said,
right
do
there.
you think those are undercover cars? I said, I don't know. It's a possibility that those are people parking, trying to find a place to park. And he said, no, I don't think it'd be that easy. I said, I don't think it would be either. So, you know, other people would have been like, you know what, I'm going to go back and get my niggas. I didn't think of that. I was just thinking, I'm close to being out of gas. I'm going to go ahead and head back to town. So I went and head back to town. I didn't think nothing of it. I thought it was just, you know, just a fluke that they were there. I didn't think nothing about it.
You didn't even just let them know?
Well, hey, hold on. Let me get to the story.
All right.
Me and Lance go to we end up at a McDonald's.
Friendly. Adam, friendly.
Adam.
Oh, there's a lot of people. Oh, I'm dead. Anyway, we get back to this McDonald's, and I get a call from a guy named Skyler, and he calls me and said, "Hey, are y'all still at that party?" And I said, "No, we ain't at that party." He said, "Good, because it's about to get, you know, busted." I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, it's about to get busted, or it's being busted as we speak." And I was like, "Oh fuck." So I call Wayne. Didn't get no answer.
Oh God.
Like, oh fuck. I call Alan. I didn't get no answer.
No.
So I said, this shit is not good. This is not good. This is not looking good. And Lance said, well, hold on, I'm gonna call Skyler back and see if he's talked to anybody over there. So he called Skyler back. Well, I keep calling Wayne. I called Wayne about 5 times, didn't get no answer. Well, I call him one more time as we're leaving McDonald's, and he answers. He's whispering. He's going, hello? I said, Wayne, where the fuck are you at? He goes, I'm in the goddamn woods. I'm hiding from these motherfuckers. I said, do you got a ride? Do you need help? He goes, nah, nigga, we good. Keep going. Just run. So I was like, well, I ain't gonna sit here and, you know, tell him I ain't there. I'm just gonna be like, all right, cool. So I asked Wayne, I was like, Wayne, where's Alan? He goes, he's over here beside me. And I hear Wayne go, cut the goddamn phone off, they're gonna hear us. So Wayne said, I gotta go, and hangs up the phone. So I was like, oh fuck, this is not good. So we go back to Lance's house, and you know, we didn't think nothing about it. Me and Lance was like, well, there ain't really nothing we can do, so we're just gonna have to wait it out till the morning. So that's what we did. We waited out till the next morning, and then the next morning we found out what really happened. Now, what I'm about to tell you is Alan's perspective from the story. Now, this part of the story that I'm telling, it's going to be from Alan's perspective, because this is how he told me. He said that, now the guy I referred to earlier, which his name was Danny, he said that we was all chilling around the fire, you know, having a good time, And he said all of a sudden we see a flashlight come up from where the cars were.
Good stuff, Adam.
He said we saw a flashlight come up, and he said all of a sudden we heard get on the ground. And Alan said, now normally when I hear get on the ground, you know, I'll look around to see what's going on. Alan said, I had a little too much to drink as it is. I was not waiting around to see what was going on. He said, so me and Wayne jumped over a Fisher-Price play set, like little kids play in, like cleared it.
Yeah.
Alan said they would have drafted us in the NBA if they would have saw us do that. And then there was another rumor that was going around at the party that some guy jumped in the playhouse and had his feet hanging out of the playhouse. And when the cops knocked on the playhouse to tell him to get out, he said no one was here. And I don't know whether that was true or not, but that's what I heard. Anyway, back to Alan's story. Alan said they jumped over the fucking playset and started running towards the woods. And the guy I referred to earlier, which was Danny, he said that he saw Danny running towards the woods, and he said he saw two cops sitting right in front of him.
Oh.
And Alan said, "Oh fuck, Danny ain't gonna make it." And he said I was running and looking at Danny, and he said Danny juked one cop, juked the other cop, and dolphin dived right into them motherfucking woods.
Oh my god.
So, and Alan's telling me this, I'm sitting here thinking, holy shit, that's badass. I think that's fucking awesome. So, and then Alan said we're hiding in the woods, we're hiding in the bushes, and he said Wayne had had a little more to drink than he did, or he was already messed up at the time. And Wayne had a book bag on. So they're all hiding in the bush. And Wayne looks at Alan and said, "Hey man, what do we do if they catch us?" Alan said, "They ain't gonna catch us." He goes, "Well, I got weed in my backpack." Alan said, "Give me that motherfucker." He takes that damn backpack and fucking slings it back towards the fucking house. He said, "Leave that motherfucker." Well, after that happened, Wayne said, "This motherfucker threw my backpack." And he said, "I had all my school notebooks and books from fucking school in there." Alan said, "Well, too bad." He said, we're all running, and there was another girl that was running with them, and there was another guy that was running with them. And Alan said, I need to jump out. Alan said that they were all running. He said while they were running, the guy that was with them that they didn't know called his mom and was talking to his mom, going, "Mom, please come get me. I'll never go to another party again. Just please come get me." Alan said, "I took that motherfucker's phone and said, you'll get this fucking shit back when we get away." And I asked Alan, I said, "Did you ever give it back?" Alan said, "I don't know, I can't remember." So I don't know if that motherfucker got his phone back or not. But anyway, he said they were hiding. He said they were hiding in the woods, and they were running in each different directions. He said he had no idea which way they was running. He said they come across a creek. And he said the creek looked kind of deep from where it was dark. And he said, but then again, I was so fucked up I couldn't tell what was going on. He said he stepped a couple feet back and took off towards that damn creek. And when he jumped that creek, he cleared it. Next thing you know, Wayne comes back. He kicks a couple feet back. He jumps that creek and he lands it. All of a sudden, he said, out of nowhere, I don't know how, but Danny shows up. He said Danny takes a few steps back. And he starts bucking it. He said he was hauling ass. He was going to jump that damn creek. He jumped and landed right in the smack damn middle of it. And he said, Danny looked up and said, "Well, damn, my shit's wet now." Then he said, "We come across a damn school." He said, "I don't know how the fuck we come across the school." He said, "But we come across the school, and we had the bright idea of hiding in a fucking school bus." Oh. And I was just like, well, that probably wasn't a good idea. He said, "No, we got in the school bus." He said, "But then we saw a cop riding around." He said, "So we got out of the school bus and was going to run inside the gym school."
Oh my God.
He said, apparently there was a lock and for the school, and there was a bunch of little kids in the gym. He said, "Well, we can't go in there."
Oh
Ah!
my god.
Yeah. So he said, so we took off running and just ran in a different direction. And there was another the guy that went to jail.
Dang.
I'm not gonna give his name, but
Okay.
he ended up. Remember that duffel bag I told you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, the duffel bag that he had again was full of alcohol and all kinds of other stuff, and we was all underage at this time. But this guy that had the duffel bag, he had a fucking boot on, like he hurt his leg or something like that, and had a boot on and was on crutches. So when the cops got there, he said this guy claimed that when they went to search him, he told them that that was just, you know, your clothes and stuff for your leg, or like a spare bandages or another boot or something, and he didn't search them. Now, whether that was true, I never know, but if it was, that was a lucky motherfucker. But anyway, Alan said they kept running and they come across a damn Piggly Wiggly, a damn grocery store, and fucking, he said we all ran to the fucking Piggly Wiggly and met up with the guy that, you know, had the duffel bag. And he was riding with his, I think it was his stepdad at the time. I can't remember. But he said that, hey, we're going to run around to the back of Piggly Wiggly, come back there and pick us up. And that guy was actually going to leave him there. He was actually going to leave Wayne and them there. And luckily they didn't. They jumped in the bed of his stepdad's truck and got away. And as they was driving off, a cop went behind Piggly Wiggly to check it out.
What the hell?
And that was the end of that story. That was, I know, and it sucks that I wasn't a part of it because I wanted to be there to see it all unfold myself.
I think the other one was funnier. The one with the girl.
Which one?
The one who asked you to come over to dog sit with her.
Oh God! Oh God!
That one was funny.
Bad. That one was bad. Dog shit in the middle of the fucking floor, and I was like, I don't know why the fuck I'm here, but you need to pick that shit up. She did not give a fuck at all, and I knew I had to get out of there fast. Well, I did not need to stick around that motherfucker.
Robbie, you got one?
Huh? Do what? Say that again. No. Well, if you would have asked me probably 2 years ago, I would have said yeah, it was worth it. But now that I look back on it, I'm like, no, it wasn't worth it. If you would have asked me 2 years ago, I'd have been like, yeah, that was worth it. But now no, it was not worth it.
Robbie, you got any stories?
It was not worth it at all.
I don't know.
I can spit another story right off the top of my head.
It's got to be better than that last one because that one was very anticlimactic.
Well, I mean, the most climactic part of it was
the end of it.
Well, no,
him dolphin diving into the woods.
Yeah, that was. I wish I could have seen this shit. I would have paid money.
Nobody's home.
Yeah, but see, I didn't know if that really happened or not. I just heard about it. So, I mean, you never know.
All right, go ahead with another one.
All right, I went to. Okay, yeah, all right, I got one. I went to another bonfire one time up in the middle of nowhere, and it was at a place called The Circle. And a buddy of mine, and it was the same buddy known as Wayne, he claimed that it was his grandpa's land, so he could have the bonfire on it and nobody would bother him. So I was like, all right, cool. So it was like 20 of us. We was all going to, pitch a tent down there, camp out, have a bonfire, have a good time. Well, we're all sitting down there drinking and stuff like that. And I was drinking I think I was drinking a fifth of vodka mixed with fruit punch, I think is what it was. I think me and Lance was splitting. Anyway, we're all sitting there having a good time, and some incidents that happened at the party is this guy by the name of Mason showed up at the party, and we don't remember how he got there. He just walked down from the woods and showed up. So we was like, oh, okay, that's not weird. But there was a creek beside where we had our tents pitched up. It wasn't a big creek. It was just like a little stream type deal. and this Mason guy just all of a sudden. Now let me phrase this. It was in the middle of fall, so it was probably 40 to 30 degrees outside. Well, this man shows up out of nowhere and was just like, "Hey, I'm going for a swim," and this motherfucker jumps in head first into the creek. And I don't know how the fuck he didn't break his neck, because he fucking hit hard. I mean, hit hard. And I was sitting there going, oh, what the fuck just happened? And then he gets up like, man, that shit was cool as hell. And I was like, are you alright? He goes, I'm fine. And I go, alright, he's cool. Let's continue to party. So, then another buddy of ours by the name of Skylar went missing for a little bit, and I had no. Well, there was a dude that showed up to the party. He drove down to the spot where he was having a bonfire, and for some reason everybody thought it was the cops. It was a fucking Jeep. I mean, if you see round headlights on a Jeep, you know exactly what it is. You go, oh, that's a Jeep. Well, this motherfucker, he goes, it's the cops, it's the cops, and we all look up there, and it's not the cops.
Scatter!
Well, the Skylar guy actually thought it was the cops. Hold on, I just killed a guy. Oh, never mind, I died. Anyway, alright, now I'm gonna finish the story. Anyway, this Skylar guy thought it was the cops, so he runs off. And we didn't know he ran off. So it was about 2 hours passed, and somebody goes, hey, where's Skylar? And I was going, I don't know. Where is Skylar? Well, we didn't think nothing about it. We figured he, got in the tent and, went to sleep or something, because it was probably like 12 o'clock at night. And about 30 minutes later, Skylar walks up from the fucking black part of the woods where it was pitch black. Goddamn tree fucking branches all on him and fucking leaves hanging off of him. And we looked at him and was like, where the fuck did you come from? He goes, I was hiding in the woods from the cops and I fell asleep. I was like,
What the fuck?
Thank fucking God you woke up, because we would have never found your ass. And to this day, I still have no idea how he even made it back. I don't know how he made it back to the fire, especially as how dark it was.
Jesus, man.
Well, about an hour after that, it was probably 2 o'clock in the morning by then, a truck comes down to the
I just
circle.
left the game by accident.
And the truck comes down to the circle, and, somebody again yelled out, cops! But this time, my drunk ass thought it was for real, because I couldn't tell what the headlights were. So I started fucking full sprint towards the woods. And I was sprinting so hard I couldn't see shit in front of me, and I ran right into a fucking tree, and I busted my... And that shit fucking hurt. Well, then I get up and was holding my nose, and I look, and Wayne's running, and he gets fucking clotheslined from a tree branch. So I start laughing, and then I feel better because he's hurt, and I'm hurt, so I don't feel so bad. Well, come to find out, the car that pulled down there, it was Wayne's mom.
Oh, God.
So we figured out it was Wayne's mom, and Wayne walks up to me. He goes, is that my mama? I said, I think so. He goes, that bitch better bought me a pizza because I'm hungry as fuck. I said, I don't think she brought you a pizza. He goes, bitch, I'm going to make sure she brought me a pizza. This motherfucker walks out of the woods, walks up to the fucking truck. His mom says, Wayne, what are you doing? He said, bitch, I ordered pizza 30 minutes ago. Where's my pizza? And she goes, what did you just say? He said, I wanted a pizza. Pizza.
No.
Oh,
I had to take a sip of water. And I was like, oh, this shit ain't going to end well. Well, I walked away, and she drove off. I don't know what was said between her and Wayne, because I walked off. But she left, and we just kept on partying. We was having a good old time. Well, the next morning, after we woke up, we all woke up at probably around like 6 or 7 a.m. I can't remember what the time was. But we're all packing the shit up. And actually, you know what? That was another time. This time, that night when Wayne asked his mom, I actually drove home. Somebody told me, hey man, if you take me home, me and my buddy home, we'll pay you. And I said, Fuck yeah, I ain't got a job. I'll take your ass home for some money. And I was drunk as shit, and I should have never fucking done that. That was dumb. That was dumb as fuck. But I did get paid out of it. But anyway, the next morning, everybody's packing up and stuff, and they're leaving, and a truck pulls down to where as we're leaving, and he's waving us down and stuff like that, and he goes, "What are y'all doing down here?" And he said, "We was on a friend's land. Said we could have a bonfire down here, so that's what we did." He goes, "Who's your friend?" And we told him the name of the friend. He goes, "You don't own no land down here." We said, "Well, it's his grandpa's land." And he said, "Well, what's his grandpa's name?" And we told him his grandpa's name. He goes, "You don't own no land down here." And I go, "Well, what are you talking about?" He goes, "This is state-owned property. This is a hunting property."
Oh
As if
my
like a hunt
god.
club. So I said, "Are you fucking kidding me?" I said, "This son of a bitch lied to us, and we was over here partying on fucking state property."
With the
I was
fire.
like, I know, and I was sitting there thinking, we ain't never coming back to this motherfucker. And I wish that was true. We went back like 5 more fucking times to throw a bonfire.
Jesus.
What the fuck?
Robbie, ready up?
Oh shit.
Go ahead and tell the
River
story.
access? Let's hear it.
Anyone else got any stories?
Is it raining? Oh.
Anyone else got any more stories?
I might, hold on,
Tell
if
them
you-
about the time that the whole squad ran up at the trailer park.
Say what?
That the whole police squad of Madison. Alright, so there was a friend Justice and a friend Brandon, then they kinda like had a party together. Right? Like their birthdays fall like kinda close. And they said they just decided to have the party together. Well, it started at Brandon's mom's house. It was just a little bonfire back behind her house. She lived kind of in the country a little bit. Wasn't too bad. Kind of chilling, whatever. I stayed sober for that one because I had to drive back to the next party. Well, so that party goes on for, I don't know, hour and a half, something like that. That was all I was there for. And during that, people were playing beer pong off the hood of my truck.
Oh god.
Yeah, I don't know how well that went, but so we end up driving from that place back to Justice's house, and he lived in a trailer park. And so keep in mind, it's like 7 cars deep outside of this place. And one person that came from the last place had drunkenly fell asleep in the back of someone else's car. Well, we're sitting there just kind of chilling. Of course, all of us are underage. And there's alcohol galore. And so, like I said, there's probably 10 to 13 people inside this house. Well, we hear, you know what I'm saying, a lot of cars just come rolling up all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? Don't normally hear that kind of, you know what I'm saying, very often. Well, we look outside, and I swear to God, 15, no less, cop cars just come rolling up at this dude's house and pull like 5 people out and just arrest them all immediately, like on site.
And no questions asked, no nothing?
No questions asked. It turned out that this guy, before he moved there, a couple of months like previous, had robbed his girlfriend's grandma for like a whole prescription of pills. But no. But whenever he did it, she didn't have the pills on her, so it wasn't her refill date. So he said, like, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna come and meet me at this place whenever you get the pills, and you're gonna give me the pills then.
I have
And
5
said
shotguns,
she
or 4 shotguns if
obviously
anyone wants one.
told the cops, and you know what I'm saying, she didn't tell him until after the fact, but yeah, she told the cops. And yeah, the fucking 15 squad cars deep. I'm inside the house, You know what I'm saying, at this point. And
He said, I ain't getting caught.
no, 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 no. I instinctively grab all of the fucking liquor bottles and just take off running outside the back of the house into the woods. Half the damn bottles don't even have lids on them. I set
So you
them all
just
straight up
smell
and-
like liquor.
oh yeah, oh yeah. It's nothing but fucking alcohol, and I'm drunk as shit at this point. Well, I just kind of like leave all the liquor bottles in there.
In the woods?
Yeah, just in the woods, just chilling, and I just run back to the house. Everybody's just sitting there chilling, lights off, like just squatted down. And the cops just left. I mean, no one got in any trouble or nothing. The whole time we were scared that the guy in the back of the car was gonna wake up and like try to come inside or something, and you know what I'm saying, like the cops were gonna see him and he was gonna ruin everything. But luckily that didn't happen.
I know a group of people that got so drunk one night they went to their neighbor's house that, well, let me rephrase it. All right, I went to a buddy of mine was having a party at his house that I didn't stay at, and I'm not going to name any names, but apparently their neighbor, as they was partying, got drunk and passed out in his truck, drunk. So they robbed that motherfucker
Oh,
while he was passed out drunk. Well,
So
I mean,
they
I wouldn't
robbed
say
the
they
neighbor?
robbed him.
They robbed the neighbor,
Well-
or the neighbor robbed them?
They robbed, and I wouldn't say they robbed him. They just like fucked with his shit like hard. Like they put a honey bun in his gas. They put a honey bun in his exhaust, Skittles in his gas tank. Took his radio antenna, took his windshield wipers off, and stuck it in his rims.
That's
He
hard.
had like, I think they took the steering wheel cover or the steering wheel. You know them things you can put around the steering wheel. I think they took that off and put it around his neck or something like that. I don't know. It was crazy. They was telling me about it one time. I was like, holy shit. Y'all niggas is crazy.
Agreed.
White people.
Oh, Lord. That dog sitter one, that one cracked me up, man. That was gold.
Or you want me to tell it again?
Go ahead. That one was...
I'm not gonna. Oh, fuck. I don't want to get fully into it.
Alright, you ain't got to then.
Because, I'll just. Alright, so basically, this girl hit me up one time. She wanted to do some nasty things, and she said she was house sitting for some her aunt's dogs or something, and she had the house to herself. And she called me at 6 o'clock in the morning and was just like, "Hey, come over so we can have a good time." And I was like, "All right, whatever." I wasn't thinking straight. Well, when I get over to the house, the dog, she's supposed to be house sitting, and shit everywhere in the house, and she didn't even pick it up. So I was like, "What the fuck? What the hell am I doing here?" This whole house smelled like pure dog shit. He's loving it.
It's terrible, man.
I'm trying
Anyone-
to think of another story.
I was about to say, anyone
Oh,
else?
shit.
Adam, I know you got one or two in your book somewhere. Robbie, come here, Robbie. I have a shotty for you. Not any ones that I remember. Oh, that's a good time.
Hold on, I might have another one. Give me a second, let me think.
See, a lot of times we're really, really fucked up during these stories, DJ. And
Yeah, it's
so
hard to
you don't
it's hard to
really
remember those.
all of it.
Yeah, it's hard to remember those.
Really,
Um,
even if it happened. Teammate. Oh,
I got a really long story that's actually pretty good.
Go
I don't know
ahead.
if I've told you that. Again, this involves my buddy Wayne.
Jesus, this dude's involved in a lot.
I know a lot of the shit that I got kind of worried about he was involved in. But anyway, he was dating this girl.
All right.
All right.
You want me to hold off on the story?
No, I mean it's up to Adam. Adim?
Oh, I think he just left.
I think you just left. Go ahead.
All right. Well, he was dating that girl from Stokes County at this time, and well,
The same one from the last story? The other story? The other one?
yeah, it's the same one. He dated her for probably close to 3 years. But anyway, she was over at a friend's house one time, and he was like, "Hey, I was over at his house this night," and he said, "Hey, bud, can you go take me to see Emily? She's at a friend's house, and I'd really like to see her." I go, "Yeah, man.
I'm
That
building
ain't no
up,
big
Robbie.
problem." I said, "Where do you live at?" He goes, "Well," I said, "Where does she live at?" He goes, "Oh, it's like 15 minutes away from here. It ain't no big deal." I was like, "All right, that's fine. That's perfectly fine." So, I get in the car. His mom was waiting because it was like 10 o'clock. No, it was like 9:30. It was like 9:30 when we decided to leave to go take her. Fucking damn it! Hold on, I'm playing a game. It was like 9:30 when we decided to fucking take Wayne over to see his girlfriend. Hey, DJ, invite that Timmy guy. I just suggested him to you.
Will do in a second. I got 2 people down real quick.
All right,
I knocked
well,
him down, Robbie.
anyway.
Did you get him?
I hit him. I didn't hit him.
Anyway, as we're leaving, Wayne's mom's at the door, and she says, "All right, y'all need to be back before 11 o'clock, because, you know, it's supposed to be out too late." You know, so Wayne said, "All right, we'll be back. Don't worry." And, you know, I didn't think nothing about it. So we start driving. It was 15 minutes away, so I was like, whatever. I mean, that ain't no biggie. So we start driving, and, you know, 15 minutes passes by. I said, "Wayne, where is this house at?" He goes, "Oh, it's just a couple more ahead." I was like, all right. Well, 10 minutes passes. I said, "Wayne, are we getting any closer?" "It's just right around the corner, man. It's just right around the corner." I said, all right. I said, for another 15 minutes passes. I said, "Wayne, where the fuck is this house?" He goes, "It's right up there, man. It's right up there. Don't you worry about it. It's right there." This time he wasn't lying. But it took us 45
Robbie, help.
minutes.
Oh,
It
I
took
can't
us
do
45
anything.
minutes to get to this fucking house. All right. Well, by the time we get to the house, this girl's house, her name was Peyton. She lived in I'm pretty sure it was a trailer. I can't remember it right off the bat. But she was known around, you know, South Stokes as, you know, one of the popular girls.
Yeah.
And
She a hoe.
and everybody. Well, I don't know. That's the thing. I didn't know her that way. I just knew that she was considered one of the popular people of South Stokes. So we're all in her house, and we walk in. Her mom was sitting on the couch watching. I want to say it was either Deal or No Deal or Family Feud. I can't remember. But I looked, and she has a bottle. She has a bottle of Jack Daniels in a red Solo cup. So I said, "Oh shit, she's drinking." I said, "Oh fuck." Well, I didn't think nothing about it because, you know, I was like, whatever. She's drinking, that ain't no problem. So we all go into Peyton's room. That's where Wayne's girlfriend was. You know, we go in there. I'm sitting on a stool. And there's a TV in her room that I swear to God that's no bigger than a fucking microwave. Probably smaller than a damn microwave. And it was freaking small, dude. And it was playing, I never will forget, it was playing fucking Superman Returns from like, I think it was like 2006 or 2007. And I'm a big comic book fan. I love comic books. So I was like, yeah, hell yeah, I get to watch, you know, superhero movies. That's what I was thinking. Well, I didn't think nothing about it, but when we walked in the room, Peyton had shut a door, and I didn't think nothing about it. Well, we're all sitting there, and I'm watching this thing, and her mom comes in and fucking kicks the door in. She starts yelling at Peyton. She said, I told you about fucking shutting this goddamn door when fucking boys are over at this house. And they just start going at it. I mean, they ain't holding back. They are fucking cussing at each other. They're just, I don't even want to fucking live here anymore. You fucking suck. She said, well, get your fucking shit and get out if you don't want to stay here. Go live with your Aunt Diane or some shit. And I'm like, holy shit. What have we fucking done now? Well, I look over. Now, here's the funny part to me. It was so funny. But I look over at Wayne. And Wayne's having his back rubbed by his girlfriend. And everybody's trying to, this is a serious moment. Then, Peyton and her mom's fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought the shit was the funniest thing on planet Earth, because when I looked at Wayne, this motherfucker had the, worst, I wouldn't say it was like a scared face, but it was a face that you were like, oh my God. Because he was just sitting there looking at the ground, not thinking nothing about it. Well, I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny as shit, so I start giggling. So I'm trying to cover my mouth up, trying not to laugh, and I just keep looking back at Wayne, and he's just staring at the fucking ground. And they're all just fucking getting it. Like, I fucking hate you. I hope you fucking die. Doing all kinds of crazy shit.
Yeah.
And fucking, she looks over at me and sees that I'm trying not to laugh, so I was covering up my mouth, She's like, "What the fuck you laughing at?" And I was like, "Nothing really. I'm just ready to go on." And so I get up from the stool, and was going to walk out, and I said, "Wayne, I'm fucking leaving. I ain't gonna deal with this shit." So I walked out, and Wayne said, "I'll be right there. Don't worry, I'll be right out." I go and get in my truck, and 15 fucking minutes passes by, and this son of a bitch still ain't outside. So when Wayne finally comes fucking outside, he comes to the truck. I said, "What the fuck took so long?" He goes, "Man, I felt bad, so I gave Peyton's mom a hug, and he said I gave her a hug. I felt like she needed to." Cool down just a little bit." And I said, "You're a fucking idiot." So, well, that's not the end of the story. On the way back to his house, no, need I remind you, his mom said, be back before 11 o'clock. And by the time we left this girl's house, it was already 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh.
So I already knew his mom was probably going to be waiting for us when we got back to the house. So as we're heading back to the house, this day, the day that we went over to this girl's house, it had been raining all day. So, where it had been raining all day, the ground was soggy. You know how the ground gets when it rains all day. It's soggy and it's just it's nasty as fuck. Well, we're driving back to his Wayne's house, and he looks over at me and he goes, "I bet you won't pull in that dude's yard and do a donut." And I said, "Motherfucker, who won't pull in this fucker's yard and do a donut?" So my happy ass gets on this fucking dude's yard. Well, the reason we chose this dude's yard is because Wayne was telling me that this guy is like a fanatic of, his yard. Like, he takes care of his yard. He's like very, prestigious about his yard. Mm-hmm. So I was like, well, I'm gonna fuck this motherfucker's yard and I don't give a fuck. So I pull in this dude's yard and I'm getting ready to fucking spin this son of a bitch around, and I fucking sink. I'm stuck right there. And I said, "Oh fuck." Wayne said, "What are you doing? Let's get the fuck out of here." I said, "I can't. We're stuck." He said, "No." I said, "Yes, we are stuck." And I think it was about a month before this, I had got an exhaust put on my truck to where it was louder. So it's 1 o'clock in the morning. My truck's loud as shit, and I'm stuck in this dude's yard. It is not looking good for me. So I start revving it a little bit, trying to give it as little as gas as possible to get it to move. I have it in 4-wheel drive. I couldn't get it to move.
Jesus,
Would not
accuracy.
move. So I was like, well, what the fuck? Well, I get out of the truck and I start calling people. I was like, hey man, we need some help. We're stuck. We need some help over here. And as I'm talking to somebody on the phone, I turn around and I see a guy standing in front of my truck with a fucking AR-15. So I was like, oh fuck, we done fucked up now. So I already in that moment I already thought of the story. Swerved and missed a deer and ended up in this dude's yard. That was my go-to. So Wayne didn't see him right when I did. So when Wayne turned around and saw him, he went, Randy, what are you doing? Well, Wayne knew the guy, and I was sitting here thinking, you better hope that motherfucker is Randy, because if it ain't Randy, we're fucked. Well, it turned out it was Randy, and Randy said, what the hell are y'all doing? And I said, we swerved and missed a deer and ended up in this dude's yard. He goes, I don't give a fuck. I hate this motherfucker. Let's get you out of here before he wakes up. I said, hell yeah. So he gets in my truck and is fucking putting the fucking pedal down. I mean, just fucking flooring it. I mean, loud as fuck. And I'm sitting here going, if he wasn't awake before, he's awake now. Well, he got me moving a little bit, so then I get back in the truck and I fucking slam it and get the fuck out of there. And I flung so much fucking mud and shit all over my fucking truck. My truck was green.
And then it was brown.
Yeah, and then the motherfucker was brown when I got back to Wayne's house. And we drove off and we just left fucking Randy in that dude's yard. And see, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, so we didn't know how much damage we did to this dude's yard. Well, I knew that since my truck was covered in fucking mud, I had to go home the next day. So I knew I can't go home with my truck muddy like this, because my dad would be like, well, what the fuck was you doing? So I was like, all right, Wayne, where's the closest car wash so I can wash this motherfucker off? He goes, oh, I'll show you where it is. Don't worry, it's right up the road. And I was like,
right up the road.
Yeah, I know. I said, last time you told me something was right up the road, it was 45 minutes away. So, fucking, we're driving, and I look at Wayne. Oh yeah, when we got home that night, Wayne's mom was waiting for us at the door. She looks at us and goes, "Where the fuck have y'all been?" I said, "I'll let Wayne tell you that. I'm going to bed." So I just leave him down there and I go upstairs. And then the next morning she asked us, like, "Where did y'all get all that fucking mud?" And Wayne goes, "We got stuck in Peyton's driveway." And I was like, "Good thinking." So we go and we leave and we go to this damn car wash. And as we're going to the car wash, I asked Wayne, I said, "Wayne, are we going to go by this dude's house that we tore up his yard?" He goes, "Yeah, it's actually right past his house." I said, "Fuck. I hope he's not out there." So
good stuff.
We're driving by and we pass this dude's house. Oh my god. I made a fucking creek in this dude's yard. This shit was bad. And he's standing out in his fucking yard, scratching his head. He didn't know what the fuck happened. He looks by, he turns around and looks at us.
Oh, your
our truck's muddy as fuck. And we look at him, we just went, "Hey," just waved at him as we drove by. And then I went and washed my damn truck off at the car wash. And to get back to Wayne's house, we had to go back by that dude's house. So I was like, well, I might as well make the most of it now. So we went by the dude's house again. He's still standing out there.
Mind you,
now my truck's all clean now. And I drive by, he looks at us again. We waved again. Just kept my own driving.
Oh
I
man,
used
that's
to have
crap.
a picture of it. I used to have a picture of that dude's yard.
That's terrible.
It was bad, man. It was very bad. I'll never forget that night.
I'm guessing he was
I was
fat
scared.
and bald, and he was like in a flannel that was open.
No, he had a beer gut, but he wasn't bald. He was kind of like 5'8". Got a little bit of a beer gut. It wasn't too bad.
That's terrible, man.
All right, well, I'm gonna get on out of here. I'll holler at y'all later.
All right, that's the end of this one.
How do I find this stream so I can listen to it?
Just look up my my gamer tag.
On
YouTube's.
Okay, alright. Alright. Alright, I'll let y'all.
Alright, I'm out of here too.
I am as well. Good stream. Hope everyone had fun. Goodbye.